What is up, guys? Rick Hackus here, and today we are discussing some of the new exotics coming to Destiny with the upcoming Rise of Iron expansion. Now, the information about these exotics, although they haven't been officially revealed yet, there is information coming from Game Informer about what they're like, how they act, and sometimes even detailing what their exotic perks do. So that's what we're going over in today's video. Again, this is somewhat part of the massive Game Informer information dump that has happened over the past few days. Game Informer does have an exclusive agreement with Bungie to bring us Rise of Iron information for about the next month or so. But again, some of this information was detailing new exotics that Game Informer got to get their hands on, and they talked a little bit about them, so let's get started. Now, one of the new exotics showcased was the, quote, long-awaited arrival of Warlock Exotic Boots. Finally, Warlocks have not yet had exotic boots in Destiny, so it's about time they finally get some. Now, although that was actually all that was mentioned about these exotic boots, we actually have a little bit more to talk about, and that's due to hidden exotics. Now, hidden exotics in Destiny are exotics that we know about, but currently aren't available to get in the loot system. Sometimes they get put back into the game like the Twilight Garrison, so it's entirely possible we will be seeing some of these hidden exotics when the Rise of Iron comes out. And guess what? There is one pair of exotic Warlock leg armor as a hidden exotic, the Transversive Steps. These right here may indeed be exactly what is being introduced into Destiny when the Rise of Iron comes out. Now, the exotic perk for the Transversive Steps is Strange Angles. Gain faster movement speed while crouching. Additionally, picking up ammo automatically reloads the weapon, matching that ammo's type. That's actually pretty awesome. You can be basically completely out of your primary ammo, run over some primary ammo, and instantly reload. The same thing works for heavies, for specials. That is pretty sweet. If these are introduced, we'll have to wait and see exactly how effective they are. I have a feeling that they're going to be more cool and neat than actually effective, but we'll have to see. Moving on, the next thing that was mentioned was, quote, a new sidearm reminiscent of the classic RoboCop gun. Now, first and foremost, thank goodness we are getting a new exotic sidearm. The only thing we've had is the Dregs Promise. Everyone knows it's trash, so hopefully we'll have a usable exotic sidearm in the game when the Rise of Iron comes out. Now, for the comparison to the RoboCop gun, well, this is what the RoboCop gun looks like, so perhaps it's just a visual similarity, but other than that, the RoboCop gun doesn't really do anything super amazing from what I remember. I don't know if you're a huge RoboCop fan, let me know in the comments section if I'm missing something, but really the only thing special about the RoboCop gun, if you go back and watch the movie, especially when you watch the scene when they're in the gun range testing out the gun, is that it's fully automatic. And that may be what they're referencing, is that it's a fully automatic sidearm, and that would definitely be a very interesting addition. Now, aside from that, one more new exotic was mentioned, and they actually went into detail about what the exotic perk for this weapon does. And it is a, quote, SIVA-themed pulse rifle that blossoms out a cloud of seeking energy from a successful precision kill. Now remember, SIVA is the kind of new enemy within the Rise of Iron. It's a technological plague that's infecting and kind of taking over everything. And this is going to be a SIVA-themed pulse rifle. So what's going on here is it seems like we can still utilize weapons that have been impacted by this SIVA plague. And let's just talk about this exotic ability for a second. If you get a precision kill with this pulse rifle, a cloud of seeking energy blossoms out and homes in on an opponent. That seems quite good, actually. Now, very interestingly, this actually kind of sounds like the Prince of Exile. Now, that was the community-designed exotic. There was a big Reddit competition where a bunch of people submitted ideas, and what eventually won was the Prince of Exile. Now, that weapon actually had the exotic ability to where if you got a precision kill with that weapon, it would spawn an Axtian bolt grenade that would, of course, go and seek out the nearest enemy. So, could Bungie Bungie actually have been inspired and been taking their ideas from the community? It's entirely possible. In fact, one of the exotics called the Rhino that we featured in the weekly fan-made exotic series actually kind of got copied with the Zen Meteor. Now, I haven't really talked about this, but basically the Zen Meteor and the Rhino had pretty much the same abilities, to where the last round in the magazine would do extra damage if all the further rounds were precision shots, and guess what? The Rhino even had explosive rounds automatically built into it. So yeah, Bungie may indeed be taking their ideas from the community. Now, those were the 3 exotics that were mentioned but haven't really been talked about too much. The one exotic that has been fully revealed is, of course, the new Exotic Khvostov, to which you can see here. This gun's exotic perks, and I say perks because there are many, basically let you completely customize this weapon. You can change the firing mode, you can even change the rate of fire, so this is going to be a very neat addition to anyone's arsenal when the Rise of Iron comes out. Aside from that, the returning exotics include, of course, the Gjallarhorn. We know about that from a long ways away, but actually it was recently revealed that the Thorn is also coming back. So that is going to be it for the new exotics that were mentioned in the huge Rise of Iron information dump. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you want to see more Destiny content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickHackus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day. Now, the Cryptarch is just such a huge part of Destiny. He is so associated with the game, both in the positive, like when he gave you your first exotic out of a legendary engram, and the negative, like when he gave you blues out of your other 100 legendary engrams. But either way, he is just so strongly a part of Destiny, and that's why it's kind of sad to see him so heavily fallen from grace, become so essentially useless within the current state of the game.